Jimmy, Jim, do what you do, young man. Keep doing it. Talk about your day-to-day and then your event next week and your spring icebreaker. I want to get it all in as much as possible today.
Well, I mean, this was the first, and the foundation is laid for the George Floyd Classic. And there are plans to, you got to realize the end game for this is to get the alumni of Jack Yates High School to remain enthused. That's the key, remain enthused. And we're gonna create a steering committee for this particular event. Remember, I didn't say this particular basketball game, this particular event.
That's different.
The George Floyd Classic will become a weekend. You see?
Yes, sir.
Of celebrating, acknowledging, empowering, and motivating a lot of the community to make a difference and make change. So with the steering committee, we're also they're gonna encourage. All I can do is encourage offer ideas to the Jack Yates High School and their basketball department, but I would encourage them to consider creating a small scholarship from this event when they get their proceeds. And that scholarship could be earmarked toward one of their student athletes who goes off to college and can help them with their books. Help them with a few loose strings. Then also, we'll get somebody in the Jack Yates basketball family, one of the alumni, find somebody and get them, if they're not, who are deputized. That way now, they will have the power to actually register the kids on the spot who are 17 years, 10 months old. You can register them if somebody's deputized. Now today, all we could do is have them make the commitment, a pledge to get registered to vote. Not the same. So that means, but it takes the steering committee, and we get restaurants involved, we get in the community, you get all the small businesses involved. Once again, this event could really, and then you're making a difference and you're making a dent as far as pushing all the way through. And so I'm just proud to have been a part of helping get it off the ground. And like I say, 100% of all of their net proceeds go to Jack Yates basketball. I offered my services in a pro bono fashion to them. So which is cool. Like I say, it's about giving back. No matter giving back to your community as well as other communities. So Houston is my community. So it's not necessarily. I'm not an alumni of Jack Yates. I'm with the Cashman.
Neither am I, but I'm an HISD guy.
But when you see people trying to help themselves, it's easy to help to lend a hand. And that's what I look at as doing, is lending a hand.
But Jimmy, I'm gonna tell you, I enjoyed myself today. You've always looked out for the community and for the kids and all. And you're talking about doing bigger and better things and expanding on what happened today. Talk about your next event that's scheduled for next weekend.
And next weekend is the Holiday Hoop Fest. That's Glenn Smith out of Dallas. He's like my nephew, and it's his event. But once again, giving back, because I've known Glenn since starting the business. I lended my hands to help with a lot of loose things behind the scenes with him. So that event, of course, has a Atascocita playing Shadow Creek at 6 p.m. on December the 12th, followed by Legacy, the School of Sports Science, playing against Ypsi Prep out of Michigan. Both of those games, based on I've seen all four of those teams in person. Both games should be very, very good. And I think at Tita Center is going to limit attendance to only about 2,300. That's it. So if you're planning on getting out there, you might want to get your tickets in advance for the Holiday Hoop Fest. And they understand what it does is that's an opportunity for Legacy, who just took Duncanville to 3 overtimes on Friday evening, December the 4th. Well, Duncanville beat Gypsy Prep by 14 points up in Dallas,
Really?
American Airlines Arena last week. Well, if Legacy can beat Gypsy Prep, then that's a win for the city of Houston. See, that's the thing. If they come in and beat Legacy, then it's like the tree falling in the woods and nobody's there to hear it. Legacy must be in the psyche that they can't eat if they don't win this game. That's the thing, the mentality that we have to get a lot of the young people into when they're playing. You're playing with the sense of urgency, whereas I cannot let my city down for this game. Now, understand, for 32 minutes, that's all you got to do is think that way. They can pull it off. And of course, so that's going to be really big for the city. And after that, of course, my next thing is coming up as far as rcssports.com. We have the middle school city championships will be in February the 21st and 22nd, I think, that weekend. That's going to be the top middle school teams that wins every district. We get either first or second place or eligible to play in a citywide tournament. We'll give $500 to will be donated to the winning school, that basketball program. That way they can have a pizza party, do whatever they want to do with it. But the money goes directly to the athletic basketball department of the winning school. After the end is the spring icebreaker. That's March the 19th through the 21st of 2021. Spring icebreaker is the nation's largest basketball showcase during the month of March. We had to cancel it earlier this year because of COVID, actually the week of the event. We got a call from the mayor's office and one of the city council women office called us and basically, let us know that event was would have been too much of a rumble, of a risk to have for us health-wise. Well, we had 395 teams that we had to cancel and everybody got their money back. This year we're expecting over 500 teams. Why? Because we're not giving away medals. We're giving away money for the 20th annual Spring Icebreaker. It will be between $10,000 and $15,000 we're going to give out right on the spot to the winning teams. That's what makes it big. So that's going to be March the 19th through the 21st. We got locations all around Houston because a lot of the high school districts couldn't make the commitment to open their doors because of the pandemic. We have a lot of the private facilities. So right now we're sitting on about 34 courts reserved at different locations all around Houston. And that's going to be big. That's going to be big. Spring Icebreaker. But meanwhile, don't forget, guys, rcssports.com. That's the website you go to get your daily fix in high school basketball around the area. You got scores, you got results, you got updates, the VIP news. Consider that the honeycomb hideout for grown folk when it comes to basketball. Go into that VIP news. Now, the VIP news is about $2.50 a month. That's it, 13 cents a day. But it's well worth it staying on top of what's happening in the area. And you got schedules, you got rankings, team rankings. That website is updated 6 days a week. That's rcssports.com. And once again, thank you guys, Jerry, and the rest of the crew. Chris Gardner, KG, for supporting RCS.
We do what we do, man. We do what we do.
Man. We gotta hold each other up, hold each other down, man, and lift each other up. Appreciate everything.
All right, Jim Hicks. This is Jerry Lee Woodley Jr., the College Sports Report, signing off here at Delmar Fieldhouse.